I'm back. The dust has settled down on that Tim Bradley-Nate Campbell fight. Some people said, you got it right. You Nostradamus. I called the fight how I thought I was pretty. This was to me personally. This was an easy fight because I knew, what kind of fighter Tim Bradley is. I thought it would go the distance because Kendall Holt went the distance with Tim Bradley. I didn't know Nate Campbell was gonna quit on the stool. He pretty much demanded them to stop the fight. I mean, he was like, "Stop the fight! I want out." I knew that would happen in my predictions. Remember I said, break your will, break your concentration. You won't even want to be in the fight no more. All that happened. I understand why he did it. It's gonna be an all-night deal. Do you want to get headbutted like that? And, let me say this real quick. A lot of guys was talking about the cut on Nate Campbell's eye, above his eye, talking about, "Oh man, that's a little cut. I done seen bigger cuts than that from Cotto." It's not about the cuts. When you headbutt it, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no padding on your head. That's just a direct hit, torpedo. Concussions, anything can happen. If you look at Nate Campbell's eye, it was real red up in there. He couldn't see. That was some damage that was done. Tim Bradley knew what he was doing. He's mastered the art of headbutting without it being obvious. When I first seen this dude fight, this dude. I forgot the name of that guy he was fighting. I think it was the one before he fought Witter. Them dudes was clashing heads, man. They was clashing heads all day. The dude kept complaining. He cut that dude. Tim Bradley's never hurt. He's never cut. Ever. He's always, well, I haven't seen it. I'm not going to say never, but these fights that I've been watching him fight, I think I've seen his last 5 fights. He didn't even get a scratch. None. He fights reckless, he throws punches, and he wings his head in. That noggin is going everywhere. It's bad enough you got to avoid fists, but when you got a head in the mix with no padding on it, glove, you got your fist, you got a glove, there's padding. But there ain't no padding, man, that does a lot of damage. Forget the cut. I don't know if guys ever been headbutted, but you forget where you at. Guys headbutt you. But he got out of that fight. That's his whole deal, man. Every fight that Tim Bradley's in, clash of heads. Clash of heads. And he rabbit punches a lot too. I don't know if you guys, after this video, after this fight, start watching this dude. Go back YouTube some of his fights. Watch him do the Kendall Holt fight. Watch how many times he hit him in the back of his head. Kendall Holt was pissed. He was ready to throw that dude out the ring. It's gonna be hard for guys to beat Tim Bradley. It's gonna be a while for somebody beat him. Simply because you got the head in the equation, not off skill. Dude got skill, Tim Bradley. He got heart. He got determination, the will to win. He's very conditioned. He can fight 12 rounds, easy. But he ain't got no power. He's just a reckless, crazy fighter, man. The guys he fight, they pretty much just trying to avoid his head. Once he locks in and he, y'all butt heads. After that, you guys are gonna be, the boxers are trying to avoid that head, and that's what happened with Nate Campbell. It ain't because he was old, he was slow. Because when he started off the fight, he looked pretty good. It's when they first clashed, his whole game plan changed. Plan A, he went from plan A to plan B. Another clash happened. B wasn't working. He went to plan C. Clash again. He out of plans. He probably still laid up in the hospital. Intensive care unit. He probably got a headache out of this world. But hopefully Nate Campbell can bounce back from this. It wasn't like, he got knocked out and went to the scorecards. This was a crazy loss. If they fight again, it's going to be the same outcome. You can't avoid the headbutts. Nate Campbell needs to take this dude's belt so he can get other fights. But, Berto ain't gonna do nothing with Tim Bradley. I put his name, in the air when I was commentating. But Berto lunges in a lot. He lunges in throwing punches. When you lunge in, your head lunging in and Tim Bradley's head lunge in and y'all like that, We know who gonna receive that damage. But I'm not no Nostradamus. I do get a lot of fights right. I wish I was started posting earlier on YouTube. You know, you guys probably could have seen more of my videos. I'm not perfect. I will get some fights wrong, and I'm gonna say that now because I don't want guys to, you know, try to prove me wrong as soon as I'm wrong on something. They be like, "Oh, see, you don't know nothing about no boxing." I'm just a boxing fan, just like a lot of guys on YouTube, and we try to give our predictions on there. You know, and you know, and even when I was commentating, I wasn't trying to be funny. You know, that's how I act in real life. If you know me, I act like that in real life. I'm not putting on for no cameras. It's just, you know, when that stuff was happening, that's how I was feeling at the time. That's, you know, what I was saying. Some guys didn't like that. You know, you sound like this, you sound like that. You know, there's always gonna be some haters. You know, if you can find a YouTube channel that has all positive feedback, I can show you a place where pigs can fly. Ain't gonna happen. But, you know, haters are welcome too. I really kind of ignore them because they just there to, you know, hate or whatever. But, you know, I'm going to concentrate on this super middleweight tournament coming up. I do have an idea who I think is going to be victorious. But I got to do a little bit more research on a couple of fighters. 2 fighters to be exact. I've only seen them fight a couple of times. But I'm going to say this, though. I think it's going to boil down to Andre Ward. One of those 2 fighters, if not both of them, fighting each other for various reasons. I got to see how the bracket is broke down and who fights who first. I think Jermaine Taylor is fighting Arthur Abraham first. I'll get into that in another video because I'm about to start getting off in some other stuff. But the referee, again, on this Tim Bradley fight, the referee dropped the ball big time. You know, the clash of heads happened. Normally, a referee will say time and break you guys apart and make his assessments. You know, if you got cut, he knew it was accidental. He changed it up at the end of the fight. Tim Bradley played the neutral side, which you're supposed to. No boxer's going to admit to something that was wrong because his job is a box, and a referee, his job is a ref to officiate that bout. You know, maybe later on, Tim Bradley can say, you know, yeah, man, he got done dirty, but that's not gonna happen right now. You know, no boxer's gonna do that. Your promoter, you know, I know his promoter was kind of like, he even answered for him on one occasion. You know we know how that game goes on this boxing. But I'm gonna give you some more. I'm gonna get some more videos out on this super middleweight tournament, and I'm probably gonna make another video on this Pac-Man Cotto fight, cause that's another easy fight. Easy fight, mainly because Cotto does not clinch. That's gonna be a key deciding on this fight. Y'all mark my words. And again, come back to my videos. I'm gonna make another video, but come back to them after the fight happens. Cotto not being able to clinch. That's going that. I'm gonna get back with that. I'm gonna make another video. But anyway, leave some comments, rate me, subscribe. And I'll get back with you guys later. All right.